I've realized how quickly moments slip away. We take photos, we record quick clips on our phones, but they often just sit in a digital vault, forgotten. I wanted to build a place to slow those moments down, to stitch them together and preserve them. Not just to show where I've been, but to remember exactly how it felt to be there. So this is my way of keeping those beautiful memories alive.
That's a good job.
Yeah.
Nana Roku. Nana.
Who is this handsome
Apas, nakakuha sa 7-Eleven at pang KY. Yeah, kaplang aray.
Fuck off! No, I'm gonna film you. Did I?
Bayad daw. Ha?
Prems.
Tama kung paano.
So,
Damn, bro. Smooth lagay mong kuha, nakatog ko.
Kadali, kadagan to.
Nang navigator na ko, sig kanta.
Kabila nun. Siya pag na...
Sorry.
No. Hindi ko ganang magsuka. Kanagigag trabaho pa niya.
What a day.
there's something incredibly liberating about this chapter of our lives. We're in our early 20s, old enough to make our own rules, but still young enough to jump into a pitch-black ocean at 2 in the morning just because we can.
But how do you feel sa imong birthday then?
Naligo na dito, thank you.
Most of our days are spent glued to screens, watching other people live through a glass display. But out here, you actually feel alive. While we're all starting to drift into different paths, some of us are still grinding through college exams, while others are already clocking in into the 9-to-5 routine. It's so easy to get caught up in the rush of growing up that we forget we're only human. We get tired, and we definitely get burned out. And when the noise gets a little too loud, I've realized that maybe the best antidote isn't a break. Maybe it's a drive to the beach with the very same people you grew up with, a chance to remember who you are before the rest of the world started telling you who you had to be. Around 5 in the morning, the light finally started to show up. The sunrise was absolutely beautiful. The sun rays were cutting right across the water, giving us that amazing cinematic teal and orange contrast across the entire horizon. None of us have slept a single second yet, but strangely enough, nobody was feeling drowsy. Well, everyone in our group at least. The other crew had a bit too much to drink the night before and were currently passed out, sleeping like absolute rocks on the beach. While we were enjoying the view, we ended up crossing paths with a local who was selling freshly caught squid. We couldn't pass it up, so we bought a bunch right there on the sand to add to our breakfast menu. There's something about early mornings that make me feel like I have something to look forward to. Maybe it's because I feel like I didn't waste the entire morning sleeping like I usually do, or maybe you get the freshest food around that time, like malunggay pandesal. Either way, it feels nice and puts a smile on my face.
Stop filming, bro.
Cooking department. After cooking and filling our faces with breakfast, we decided to hit the water for one last dip. We ended up playing these completely ridiculous games like competing to see who could pull the biggest rock off the seabed, or using giant rocks to try and sink ourselves straight to the bottom. I know it sounds ridiculous and incredibly stupid, but honestly, we were having the time of our lives, and that's all that really mattered. Once we crawled back into our spot, the all-nighter finally won and I completely passed out. The rest of the crew apparently kept the energy alive. They rented a kayak, brewed some coffee, and even went for another round of swimming. Naturally, I didn't get a single second of that on film because I was sleeping my tired ass off in the hammock. By the time I finally blinked my eyes open, the crew was already packing up, so I shook off the sleep and got ready for the road.
Video.
Hermit's Cove is definitely one for the books. I loved every single second of it, mostly because we all know how rare it is for a plan to actually make it out of the group chat alive. It made me realize how much I'm looking forward to whatever we do next, whether we hit up another beach, go camping up in the mountains, or just end up crashing at one of the guys' house for the night. And lastly, a quick note to the version of me watching this 30, 40, or 50 years down the road. If you're looking back at this old video with gray hair and a lifetime of memories, I just want to remind you, you had an amazing youth, you lived an amazing life, and you were surrounded by truly amazing people. Never forget how good these days felt.
Call me a pituitary gland, how I make a hormone.